nomination for the Outstanding Community Partners. They are definitely still on our radar. So we are still having plaques printed with the names of the recipients, and we're still just working out the details on the best way to get the plaques to the recipients. We'd obviously love for ambassadors to be able to deliver them to those that you nominated, but with increases in cases and all of the stuff that's going on, we're still just trying to figure out the best way to do that. But everyone who was nominated will receive a plaque and a letter, and we'll follow up with you in the next couple of weeks about the best way to get those to partners. And then the other thing, it was just a reminder from conference last week. I know a lot of people aren't using paper surveys, but if you're like dropping off surveys to adult classes to do your Zoom classes and that packet of materials for your participants, just be sure to discard any old surveys you have from last year and order new ones from the state office, or you can print new ones off of the website if you don't have time to order them. There are changes made to all of the surveys, so be sure to get rid of any surveys you have from last year. That's all I've got.
Awesome. Thank you. Lacey.
Yep, I just wanted to remind everyone to please sign up for your county for the PSE meeting. So far we have Beaver, Box Elder, Emory, Juab, Millard, Uinta, San Juan, and Summit. And in the notes for this meeting, I'll include those that still need to sign up, and I'll actually add to the chat. I'll add it to the chat as well with the links to the doodle polls. And that's all I have. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing. Sorry. Just a reminder, I'm going to send an invitation, but tomorrow, Box Elder, we have you at 1 p.m. And then on Thursday, Emory County, we have you for 9 a.m. And then that's all.
Thanks, Lacey. Christy.
So I just wanted to let you guys know that we have this amazing opportunity to take part in the financial class that Melanie was sharing with us during conference. So that first meeting is scheduled for the 28th, which would be our normal in-service time for October. So it's the fourth Wednesday, October 28th at 10 a.m. And Melanie has given us this opportunity. It will be covered through a grant for us to take part in this online course. And then with part of this, we are going to have discussions. So starting on, let me just double check, November 6th, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah. November 6th, we will do 30-minute discussions to talk about what was learned in the last two modules and have a discussion over that, which is not normally part of the course, but we thought that it would be important for this group to be able to have discussions and talk about what was learned. And we'll do that every other Friday and through the end of the course. But just, it's an optional thing for you guys to take part in, but we would really encourage you to take part in it so that you're familiar with the program and can also share it with your participants as they will also have the opportunity to take the classes. So we'll get a calendar invite for October 28th out to you on your calendar, and we would love to see you there that day and to take part in the series of classes. And that's all.
And along with that, we will pay you to take part in the series of classes. But it is a personal benefit. It's for your personal finances, as well as we're supporting the program and sharing it. And that's why we definitely want you to take part so you can share with your audience, because it will be very beneficial for anyone who takes it. I'm really excited about it. So thank you. Thanks for bringing that up. Anyone else from the state office? Did I miss any items from you? All right. We're going to go ahead and do some sharing. I know not everyone was able to complete their plans, but I can't remember who, so I'm going to need some guidance from the state office because I didn't put it down as we were talking for everyone. We'll start with Beaver.
Hi, this is Lorraine. So I really apologize. I'm actually on vacation, and some helpful helpers took my stuff out of my van because they thought it was my work stuff. So this is going to be a summary because Cindy and I did complete our list. But our PSC work, we're going to continue in the healthy pantries. We have the thumbs up, and we've been or they have asked if we could make some recipe cards to we'll focus on the foods that they have a lot of that they would like to get rid of. And we'll, since it is this time of year, we're thinking about doing a healthy food drive as well. The healthy stores, we have the thumbs up, and we go in there every Wednesday and change the thumbs up around, focusing on the foods that are for sale to help it be budget friendly. And we'll continue some other PSE work that we are doing as we hand out produce bags once a month at the elementary schools. And we've partnered with the hospital and with the local food store as well. And that's a fun program that we get to do. The adult direct education will continue on Facebook. And then we're part of an interagency coalition, and I cannot remember the name there's a new gentleman that's part of the coalition, and he does some adult education stuff and that teaches life skills to people. And we were going to ask him about if there is something that we can do with him, like helping people learn how to cook and stuff like that. So the youth education, that is our big thing down here in Beaver County. I am doing the after school program. I'm starting that as soon as I get home from vacation, and going into Head Start as well, and the classrooms. Our library has asked me to come in as well and do story time. And I'm super excited to do some of those new cultural books with the food fun and reading as well for that. Social marketing, and I don't remember what we had for that. The indirect, we'll still continue with social media on Facebook, continue posting. I try to post as much as possible, sharing at least once a day, or at least I try to do once a day, but at least 3 times a week if I can. And then on Facebook, I'd like to try to get more followers for that so that we're reaching a bigger audience.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if I hit everything. I'm sorry. I forgot that at home. I'm in California, so.
You did awesome. That was well done and great ideas that you shared out. So thank you for that. Box Elder.
Okay, so Michelle just popped on from her other job. She was going to share a couple of things, so I'll see if she can maybe get her audio going here. But we're excited. We got to meet on Friday and make a plan. So for adult education, direct ed, we are actually going to start the Create Better Health series online. We're going to pre-record our classes. We would like to do those together, so we'll be wearing masks and such, but we would like to pre-record those on like Thursdays, and then have a Facebook watch party every Tuesday, the following Tuesday, for 8 weeks. And so that is in the works, and we're going to start that the first week of November. For youth, we want to do the same thing for food, fun, and reading. So do the pre-recorded and then do watch parties as well. We're going to see how the adult, series goes, how the watch party goes, and if we get a lot of views. And I actually already created the event on Facebook this morning for the first watch party. So that'll be fun. Let's see. Indirect education and social media. Oh, we set up a schedule where Michelle will post on our Facebook page certain days and I will post on the other days. We just didn't want to override each other's posts and stuff like that. So we set up a very specific schedule for what we're going to post each weekday and who's going to do it. So that was kind of fun to set up. And then Michelle, if you have audio, I don't think she does. Okay, I guess Michelle still doesn't have audio. So real quick, I'll just tell you, we're trying to once again reach one food pantry who was just not really showing a lot of interest the last couple of years. So I've reached out to them again this morning to just kind of offer what we can do, and hopefully they'll reach back out and partner with us. And then Michelle's going to talk to the Bear River Health Department about the healthy lunchrooms and see who she can contact to try to get that going in our county. So lots of fun stuff coming.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're gonna skip cash this time and go to carbon.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So do you want me to read everything or just some? Because there's kind of a lot.
Just go ahead.
Okay. So let's see. So with the partnerships, I want to grow and build upon existing relationships, including my school district. I want to get closer to those in administration. So hopefully when they have things going on in the future, I'll be the first person that they think of to reach out to. Active reentry, we're starting youth classes with them. It's probably going to start out with Zoom, and every now and then we might do a pre-recorded, but most likely they're going to be on Zoom. And then it's like steps to becoming their nutrition advocates. So that'll be cool. Social marketing. Let's see. I'm going to reach out to our local agricultural guy in our office and sit down with him, build a relationship list, or excuse me, a contact list, and build relationships with our local farmers to eat fresh, buy local, all of that great stuff. And then also I'm going to be promoting Create Better Health with local stores, medical facilities, family-based organizations such as the pantries, Head Start, circles. And I also want to create some more Facebook contests to get people a little bit more involved. Indirect activities, monthly and weekly videos are going to be getting sent to DWS, health department, and I want to say there was one more. And to my pantry so that they can play them as participants come in and get their food. I want to expand the video uploads on Extension Facebook, share event class information with the library's Facebook page as well. And once everything gets approved and mellows out, I want to, of course, continue doing booths at any of the approved events. And I will be doing a float again this year in the Christmas parade, as long as we still get to do that. And then for PSC, I'm also going to contact the school district about school garden opportunities. We are going to start a pantry garden next season, so I'm really excited for that. Thumbs up in our stores and pantries, that's already an active thing, so I just got to stay up on that and update as we go. I'd like to try to plan at least 2 healthy food drives and then get in contact with this organization called Carbon Cares. They do these food bags for like the kids. So for fall break, all these people got together and they created these food bags and went and donated them to certain kids at the schools and whatnot that don't have a lot of food in their house. So it helps them get through the fall break. So I think that's really cool. I want to get, direct education. So I want to get deeper involved with the health department, the Women's Justice Center, and the new rehabilitation center that's going to be coming, and then create theme-based lessons, such as like the Mommy and Me or something like that. Not necessarily just that, but just as an example. And then additional classes that will be promoted through pre-recorded videos sent to the public places such as DWS and the pantries. So that way they have information on other classes that will be going on. And then for the youth direct education, let's see. So active reentry youth group is going to be starting. I'm going to create some youth group lessons for our pantry participants because they've shown some interest in wanting to do some things with their youth. And then create more youth contests for in the schools. I want to try to do something based around siblings. A lot of times kids come home and maybe their older brother or sister has to watch them until their parents get home or whatever. So I want to try to do something healthy and safe for them to be doing before their parents are there. And then the health department is going to be supporting classes of all family-based ideas. So that could be like huge. That's so many different things. So that's going to be that's going to be fun. And then of course I have relationships with a lot of people in town, or a lot of organizations. So I'm just going to build off of those as well and kind of expand where I can. I think I got it all.
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. Sounds like great work. All right, Davis.
Hi. Let's see. So for adult education right now, we're just focusing on getting some like handouts and like connect with us, kind of our information out there to some organizations that we've worked with in the past, just to keep on good standing. And then if any of them are interested in doing like classes over Zoom, so we're going to kind of reach out to some of those. For youth education, direct education, we're currently teaching a couple of classes over Zoom, some Head Start classes, and we want to just kind of reach a lot of the Head Start teachers. We want to get in good standing with them because we have a lot of good Head Start teachers throughout the county that like us to come every year. So we want to get at least 1 or 2 classes every month with Head Start. And that kind of goes with our partnerships. So we want to keep up our partnerships when we can't see them or meet with them very often. We have a couple of coalitions that we go on that we want to continue to work with. We have an actual like Northern Utah Food Pantry Coalition. That's a couple of counties in the Northern Utah area. And we want to reach out with the health department and encourage them to talk with other groups in the coalition to not throw extra food away, to kind of share, kind of like what Salt Lake was talking about, how they had some, I think it was beans or something thrown away when another pantry could have used them. So I think that's a good kind of way to prevent things like that from happening. And then for social marketing, we just want to share what the state office has, what Lacey's made on just our social marketing, our social media platforms, and see if there's any other ways we can kind of promote the social marketing. And then we'll just continue with our social media posts. Right now we're doing like a restaurant redo where we do some popular restaurant dishes and we remake them a little bit healthier and easier. So that's kind of fun. And then we want to hand out some of kind of like handout packets that have like a recipe, our contact information, like social media and emails, and maybe like a create flyer or something. And we want to hand them out to the pantries and have them put them in people's food boxes as they hand out their food. Since people aren't going into the pantries, we can't really do thumbs up right now. So I think that was a good way to kind of still get some of our information and some recipes out there. And then for PSE, we are going to try and do some food drives with some local grocery stores and some local pantries. We're going to reach out to the health department and see if there's anything we can kind of do with smarter lunchrooms or in the schools. The Davis School District is kind of picky on letting people in right now. And so we're just kind of going to work with the health department and see kind of who's in charge of that stuff, maybe get that started next year. And then in the summer, along with our regular like farmers markets and stuff, we'll do a share produce with your neighbor, where we have boxes throughout the community that people can go drop off their extra produce from their gardens and things like that. And then we'll take them to the pantry. So yeah.
Very good. These are awesome ideas that you all have had. One thing that I don't want to forget, so I'm going to say it now and again later, is we would love for you to submit them to Casey and I. Just send them to us, and then we can help give any guidance if we need or assistance. All right, on to Duchesne.
So I'm going to start with PSC. We're going to continue our garden box projects during the summer with the Painted Horse Diabetes Prevention Program, and also keep the Latino Garden Box project coming. And hopefully we can get more into the community this next summer. We also want to start and do the Create Healthy Lunchrooms in the schools. I'm not sure how to approach that, but we're going to look into that. And we're going to continue doing work at the pantry and helping them with their garden this coming year. We want to team up with Northeastern Counseling and do Meals in a Bag for some of their activities. And for direct education, we want to do start off with a one-off with the Senior Center and My Plate. They don't really have a lot going on, so we wanted to do something simple that they can start with. And then we are going to partner up with the Tribal and Rural Opioid Initiative to teach nutrition classes here in Duchesne County. For youth direct education, we are going to start teaching elective courses at Eagle View Elementary. And they also want a few nutrition classes, and we're going to do food, fun, and reading in the younger grades, so kindergarten through 3rd grade. And then we also want to start food, fun, and reading online for the Head Start program here. For partnerships that we want to build on are more partnerships with the Duchesne County schools. And we want to get in with workforce because we haven't had much success there. And with the health department, it's kind of been rough getting into them. As far as social media, we want to learn a little bit more about Instagram because me and Mercedes are kind of outdated. We don't really know how to run that, and work on our elevator speech to get those running. We thought about doing a video with our elevator speech to let people know what we're all about. For our indirect education, we are going to try to continue doing the farmers market and gardening videos throughout the season and our story walks. And I think that's about it.
That's awesome. I'm glad you want to do those introduction videos because we would love to help any way we can on that. It was one of the things that we just barely have started talking that we would love to do that for everybody. Just to kind of, here's who I am and this is why I do it. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right, Emery County.
I know Barbara's around somewhere because I just talked to her this morning. This is Chris. I know that we will be continuing a lot of the programs that we have been doing. Is she on yet?
Can you hear me?
Yep, there she is.
Okay. For our PSC, we're going to continue to work with the Caring for Kids. That's our backpack program. We did a little bit of work with them last year, and we did help them load some of the bags and procure some of the food from the food bank with them. However, because everything here is still closed up, we'll help them get the food and they will put it in and deliver it to the schools. We're again going to encourage local farmers and gardeners to donate their excess food to the food pantry, to the post offices, any place that people in need can get it. We're working on a healthy food drive for later in the fall. For indirect education, which is how all of ours is going right now, we are making a video once a week. And we've felt like these have been really fairly successful. We're reaching a lot more people than we were in our face-to-face classes. as we've talked about this, we feel like we're reaching as many in 1 week as we were in a full month with the 3 classes that we had face to face. We're working our partnerships. We still have Head Start, but we're working with them. It was Head Start who suggested that we could show in our videos how to prepare a complete balanced meal each week, because they had so many families who were having food from maybe one food group, and that was it. So we've taken that over for October, and we've kind of focused on healthier Halloween foods. And in this week's video, we'll be making stew in a pumpkin and talk about buying produce. That'll be the part of the lesson that we do this week. We have distributed our Head Start newsletter with the same information and the recipes that are on the video. The link is there. They can copy them off of there if they want to. We are sending newsletters to the libraries with essentially the same information with healthier food. We're talking about apples this week. I still attend all of the tripartite board meetings. That's a coalition we belong to. For social marketing, obviously, I've got work to do on that one. Alice is our assistant is very interested in that. She's so good at it. She's going to help us with that, and we are sharing some from the state office. And I've especially noticed that the Head Start parents that we have shared with are having a great time watching Captain Creates. So that's kind of what we're doing. We don't have any direct education lined up. We're not welcome in schools or libraries or anything yet. So we're waiting.
Thank you. Great info. Thank you.
Heidi, this is Chris. I have something else that she doesn't
Sure.
know about that's going to happen.
Sure.
I just was contacted by the food bank. They have a new food bank in Green River. Green River is about 90 miles away from our office. They would like us to come in and teach our commodity cooking in the food bank there. Again, we can't do face-to-face, but we will start sending our newsletter down to them. This summer, Barbara worked really, really hard to see that our 4-H families that I work with, we always do a 4-H program with them, and then we do a commodity cooking or a food sense program with them as well at the same time, but Barbara couldn't do face-to-face. So I would take the food down from here because their food bank was closed because of COVID. So they have asked us now to come down and teach a class there once a month, which will really give us a way to get into Green River. Green River has probably the highest rate of poverty in this county. So that's a real coup for Barbara that she worked so hard this summer to see that families had food, and then I would haul it down and pass it out to our families. So that's a real coup for her, and that's going to be great for that community and well as for us.
Thank you. That's awesome. I love when things like that happen. Thank you. All right. Oops. I almost skipped Iron County.
You can skip us if you want to, Heidi. It's a beautiful day here in Cedar City, Utah. That's about all my report today. I'm here by myself today. I guess we're having a break with schools today.
Oh, yes, you are. And so we can skip you till next week or the week after.
Okay. I can tell you, however, that we are in process of bringing on a new ambassador. Her name is Myra, and she's a Latina. So we're excited to bring her on. We just need to go ahead and get her processed and all trained, and we're looking forward to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. All right, Joab. Laurie, if you're trying to speak, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Lori had sent me a message that she had some technical things going on this morning. It looks like she's on her phone.
Okay.
Has been
All right.
muted. Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind keeping to watch her, then we'll come back. If not, we can push Joab to next week as well.
Okay.
Let's Kane is unavailable today, so let's move to we're gonna just have some updates from our social media. Of course, they have a singular focus, so they didn't do the worksheet the same, but they're going to give us some updates like they normally do. So we'll start with Candy.
I know she was on. She might be having technical difficulties too. Let's jump to Paula and we'll swing back to Candy if she gets back.
And Tasha just sent a message that she can fill us in for Joab.
Okay.
Candy said she just got booted. She's trying to get back on. Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear from Paula and then Candy should be back on.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. The October month and part of November, no, September and part of October month is the Hispanic Heritage Month. So it's already over. However, there is a lot of countries that celebrate their independence in September. So I'm still posting about them. Like this week, I'm gonna talk about gallo pinto. It's a traditional dish in Nicaragua. And so the rest of the week, I'm gonna talk about like details about it, how they celebrate it. And so yeah, that's what I'm planning to do this week. And for the next month, I will just talk about also the Dia de Muertos. So, but for this month, I'm just gonna be talking about still another countries. So yeah, just follow on Facebook and the blog. That's it.
Thanks, Paula. All right, Candy, did you get back in yet? Okay, Candy's, I'm getting text from her. She says she's trying, but it's not letting her back in. She said this week she will be working on healthy Halloween ideas, healthy snacks, and fun printables for children. There's lots of ways to enjoy pumpkin coming the week after that. So it'll be Halloween focused for healthy Halloween and then pumpkin flavored healthy snacks. Okay, Kate, who oversees the Kids Create blog, is in a class right now, so she can't get on and report. Hiram, do you have anything to share?
Yes, I do. So we will be continuing with our regular Captain Crate videos, probably at a little slower rate. I'm going to try to get one out each month. And the next one that should be coming out will be an exercise video on calf raises. I did just want to share, if it's okay, a little bit of some of the recent analytics and just kind of overview of this month. We've had in the last 28 days, we've had over 700 views, which is really cool. The Apple Crunch video has had quite a few. And up until this point, the sing-along was the video that had the most views, but the fruit food group has now surpassed that as my #1 video. So thank you. And then I also wanted to share, there are 4 different playlists on the channel. There's education, food facts and highlights, fun with foods, and physical activity. And surprisingly, I think the playlist that has the most views is the education playlist. So thank you for all of those that are sharing it with your schools and families. Because the education one is probably, I think, the one that is most pertinent to our curriculum. And so thank you for sharing that. And that's all I have to report.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, social media. Thanks, Jocelyn, for coordinating that. And let's move back to Joab. And Tasha, will you share?
Yeah, so we're working on getting into some of the convenience stores around town since we only have the one grocery store. So some of the 7-Elevens and other convenience stores attached to the grocery stores and getting the thumbs up stickers put into those. We're also partnering with Supplemental and trying to get either some food donated for that, and figuring out which meal would be needed the most by the families and how to kind of with this program, which is really big in our county. Plan on continuing our online classes, as those have been a really good and benefit for our county. And then utilizing our partnership with the coalition to kind of double advertise, and then getting a Facebook page specific to create better health for our county set up.
Thank you. And Tasha, I will reach out to you this week. Sorry, I have neglected to do that yet. I will make sure I follow up with you. All right. That is what we have today. Thank you for sharing. We do once again want you guys to just send us. They don't have to be typed up and professional. We just want you to send us your plans, and then Casey and I can guide you, or have someone else from the state office reach out if that's appropriate. So please send them. You can send them to me or to Casey or to both of us, and then we'll share them out. And I just wanted to see anyone else from the state office have anything you want to share.
Yeah, I just have one reminder. I heard a couple of counties talk about youth programming, and I just wanted to remind everyone, if that is in person, you need to fill out and submit those 2 templates that Jocelyn has added onto the staff website under miscellaneous forms. You'll see the 2 templates at the bottom of that list. So just be sure, if you haven't already, to submit those and plan for almost a 2-week turnaround for getting those approved. So as you're planning your in-person youth programming, a lot for that time to get approved. And we've been in touch with Extension as COVID things are changing. And if you're in a county that has already been approved and your county, based on the new transmission index, is in the low or moderate categories, you can still continue with your approved programming that's been previously approved. And we're still waiting for input on counties that have been approved that are in the high transmission index, which I don't think we've actually approved anybody yet in those counties. But if you've submitted something and you're in the high county, just you will probably be hearing from us this week with any feedback we get from Extension and risk mitigation.
I also think that in those counties that are high, we might want to even rethink the blanket approvals that we've given for, like, buy produce for your neighbor and stuff. We just need to be super careful so we're not contributing, and we don't want to be liable, but want to be able to do what we can. So we will reach out to you this week. Just be smart about how you're doing things, and I think we'll all be okay. Okay, anyone else from the state office have anything you want to share, or anyone out in the counties have questions for us?
I do. So Christy and Lacey, is our meeting still scheduled for tomorrow? Because I didn't hear you mention our names. We had put it on for 9 o'clock.
Let me check our polls here, because I didn't see it. Sorry, it just takes me a moment here to check both of them. Yeah, I'll just follow up with you. I don't see, for whatever reason, Duchesne County on either of my doodle polls. So we'll take care of that.
So still plan on 9 o'clock tomorrow morning?
I'll email you. I need to check with Christy too to make sure that's okay.
Thank you. Thanks for your questions and your comments today. We appreciate your feedback from your plans. That's really exciting news of things that you guys have planned, and hopefully we can continue to share how that's working throughout the year and what adjustments you've made and what's really successful for you. So with that, we will see you, I guess, do we meet next week? We don't, do we? We meet on the 28th for the training. So we'll see you that day.